check some things out. One thing I want you to look at, I want you to nominate a hometown hero. We've got this special program going on through Princeton Drugstore. You can select someone who has just been an influence on the community in whatever way. And that's for Princeton, Fredonia, Caldwell County, anybody that you know that has made an impact on the community. Go on there and nominate them. Again, that's brought to you by Princeton Drugstore. And we will select one every month. There's several stories on there right now. Really neat stories. Bill Hobby was our February hometown hero. And, it's just a really neat thing to read those stories. We've got Wesley Curtis in the studio with us this morning, and he wasn't expecting me to say, "Hey, Wesley, come here." So you were telling me, you're like, "Well, that's okay. I can come on in." And you said you've got a benefit singing coming up.
We do. That's coming up with the Optimist Club is sponsoring. I know last week Ty and several of them were talking about Ralph Sharp. Ralph was a member of the club and hard worker, one of our most faithful workers. I mean, anything we had to do, he was there to help us. And, it's going to be hard this year, with Ralph passing, that it's unusual he's not going to be there and stuff. So, but we met back in December and talked about wanted to do something for Ralph before he passed and everything. And so before we could done anything, Ralph already passed. So we come with the idea about having a gospel singing in April, and we have scheduled that. We're calling it the Ralph Sharp Memorial Sing, and it will be April 13th. At 6 p.m. at Sugar Creek Baptist Church here in Princeton. My friends, the Driven Trio out of North Carolina, I talked to them about it, and they were willing to come down and help us with this. Admission's going to be free, but all the proceeds that will be taken up that night will be going to our scholarship program. Ralph was kind of the overseer of our scholarship program and helped get all the applicants in so we could look at it and stuff. So all our proceeds will be going to that on that night. So, and I think we got another club member just walked in.
Okay. Well, we'll let her come on in. We'll find out who we got here and let her come on in and talk to us. And good morning and welcome in this morning. Who do we have with us this morning?
I'm Brookie Gardner.
Brooksy?
Brookie Gardner.
Brooksy Gardner. Well, welcome, Brooksy Gardner. I'm Misty. It's nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us.
My husband will be here in a few minutes.
Okay. All right.
His name is Dave Gardner.
What is his name?
Dave Gardner.
Dave Gardner. Okay.
The who's of the Optimist Club will be.
All right. Because originally we were going to talk about the Optimist Club, and then we kind of moved on into Ralph's benefit because,
sure.
Wesley popped in on me, and I was like, come on in here, Wesley. Well, let's talk a little bit. So he said, okay, well, let's talk about this benefit. So now back to this benefit coming up. All of these proceeds are going to go towards the scholarship fund, correct?
That's correct.
And talk to me a little bit about the scholarship fund. How does that work?
Well, the scholarship we have, and Brooksy can back me up on it, we have 2 scholarships that for Caldwell County and Lyon County school system. It's a four year. It's a 4-year scholarship, and right now we got at least 5 or 6.
I think we have 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if not mistaken, 5 or 6 on scholarship right now because of this scholarship, and so we just started a couple of years ago in Lyon County because we've had a lot of support from Lyon County in Eddyville area, so we felt like, to give back to them, we started a scholarship down there. So I think there's only the last couple of years we gave.
Yeah, we have, I know 2 that are on our scholarships from Lyon County, one last year and one the year before. So.
And what is this scholarship? Is you said it's 4 years. Is it like a certain amount? Does it cover their whole tuition? What for specific colleges?
It has to be a Kentucky college, and it is. It can go towards anything that they participate in college. It doesn't necessarily have to be tuition by itself. It can be for books, for things like that, and like we said, it is every penny that we raise that is a cash donation goes directly to the scholarship. The other things that we raise at the auction goes to like youth, and we help the youth of the county and Lyon County, and that would go towards that. But everything that is a cash donation, hi George, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Goes directly to our scholarship fund. Is that not right? All our cash donations.
Correct.
And we have another guest in here. Good morning. Who do we have with us now?
George Kilgore.
Good morning, George. How are you this morning?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good to hear. I'm doing all right. I am here. We're having a day. It's one of those days, but we're doing well.
Exactly.
And are you Dave coming
I
in?
am.
All right. So now, is everybody here now?
Dave, right here.
He can go over there. That's good.
You wanna-
We've got all these microphones,
All
and
right.
everybody's
Everybody can
got
talk.
one. Everybody can talk.
We're good about talking over each other.
No, that's fine. Good morning, Dave.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Misty.
Hi, Misty.
Thank you so
Good
much
to
for
be
joining
here.
us this morning. Let's get that
Thank you.
microphone up to you there.
All right.
There we go.
Now then.
All right.
Hello.
Live radio, right, guys?
Right.
Just don't need to prepare. Just go ahead and go for it. So all of you are Optimist Club members, correct?
Yes.
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 Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about the auction. Now, Wesley has filled me in on a benefit concert coming up as part of the Optimist Club. I guess it's not part of the auction so much, but it's part of the...
Right. It's just we're going to, all of us this week is probably going to remember Ralph, but we just wanted to push this during that week to let people know that we are having this in honor and remembering Ralph and just helping the scholarship fund too.
Now, Ralph was... I got to meet Ralph one time. He was supposed to come in here, and when he got scheduled for his... when he was going to come do his interview, he ended up, having to stay at the hospital, and then he never did come back. And I said, so I guess the only way I'm going to get to meet Ralph is to go to Nashville and meet Ralph. So I actually got to meet him once.
Really?
But I felt like I knew him just from the community. He was such a huge part of this community.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're honoring him, and I know you said it was originally to the benefit was for him, but I love that you're still going through with this and you're still honoring his memory that way.
Yeah, Ralph has been a member of the Optimist Club for several years. As we talked before, a lot of us that's a member of the club have been here a long time, and Ralph was a long-time member. He was active in a lot of things, but he kind of concentrated on the scholarships as far as coordinating, picking up the applications from the schools and getting them to the club and actually presenting those. So whenever we was trying to decide, we had some suggestions, even people that contacted me personally and said, can we make a donation to something, maybe the scholarship fund in memory or honor of Ralph. And so we talked about that and thought that'd be a really good way to honor him. And we've already had some of that, some of those donations made, and we'll be taking those during the auction. And then Wesley had the contacts to do the benefit singing, and again, we just thought what a great way to honor him, and hopefully this will be an annual activity and go that way.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Like I said, I just love that you're doing that and honoring his memory. Okay, so what else? What's going on with the auction? I mean, we're down to the wire. We are almost there. How are things going?
So far, so good. We've had a lot of new businesses, not just from Princeton and Colwell and Lyon County, but the surrounding areas. We've been real fortunate this year. Got a lot of neat items and a lot of you know, the usuals, but seems like we've been, items-wise, we've done pretty good.
I think we have.
We'll
Gift
find out a whole lot
certificates
more
and-
today, won't we?
Yeah.
Yes, of course, we have gift certificates for automotive service, food, various other certificates for things that people can always use. So that's why that it's always good that people stop by the gym early in the week and check on those items, because sometimes when you come in, the tables are out and maybe you just see a tag with a number on it, which is a certificate usually. You can't get the full scope of everything if you don't just come in and check it out and then compare the numbers to the sheets that we'll have the item listings. So I know I'm going, just got a call just a few minutes ago from Kentucky Dam Village. And one of the items we'll have will be to auction will be a weekend stay at the Village Inn. So when I leave here, that's where I'm going. And we have, I know I picked up paint. I have a gasoline chainsaw. That just some of the things that we've picked up, and so everyone else has picked up items too. So it's going to be a good diversity of items, I believe, this year. And of course, as they were mentioning about any cash donations goes, whether it be $1 or up, goes directly into our scholarship fund. We of course, we talked about, I heard coming in that you're talking about the scholarships, which we have, and it's a good thing. It's for any college-bound student that meets the criteria from both Lyon and Caldwell counties. It's right now it's $250 a semester for 4 years if they keep their grades up. Of course, now the colleges say they consider a full-time load as 12 hours and at least a C average to graduate. We like to have better than that. And of course, if you even stop to look at it, there's no way you're going to graduate from any college or university in 4 years taking 12 hours. So that's why that we need people that are interested and in taking at least the minimum. Of course, well, the school says 12 hours. But there again, the person needs to be committed to 15, or I'd say around 15 hours anyway to begin with, in order to make it on time, because our scholarship ends after 4 years.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 15 I think is a good number. That's about 5 classes approximately,
It is.
give or take. And I know some schools, like when I went through college, I know they put a cap on, like I had to get permission to be able to take 21 credit hours. And they, they're like, well, and I'm like, yeah, but I got to get this done.
Right.
You just don't understand. I got to get done, get out of here,
Certainly.
get on with my life. So they will put caps on it, but know your limit, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, but like you said, the more you take, the quicker you're going to get done. And I've tried to get my kids to understand that too.
And it's all about 4 years still, even though in many programs it's going to take 5. Just the nature of the game there. It's going to take 5. But there again, we try to help out as much as we can. And right now I think we have 2 students from Caldwell County that are actively enrolled, and one from Lyon County, or maybe
5 from Caldwell.
Oh,
Yeah.
5.
Right. Mhm.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
right. We take on, and
Yeah.
I forget I'm thinking about this last year's. Yes, but that's right, because it takes they have to attrition through the program, and George just gave me a flag. That's 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just in Caldwell County.
Yeah.
So,
But that's just a part of what the Optimist
Yeah, oh, yeah.
does.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
a big
Yeah.
part of what the Optimist does. But
Yeah.
we have lots of programs where we support the youth of Lyon County and Caldwell County.
That's right.
And if George wants to name a few, That'll be just fine. Because, he drives the bus for a lot of these activities for kids that go different places and things. And
yeah, tell me just a couple things that
we've been very active in helping this last year the CUNA and the gifted and talented group that goes to the state level to represent like a mock General Assembly and also like a mock United Nations. We've helped with that. We've helped some basketball programs with refreshments and snacks. The FFA, we've always helped them big time, and they've helped us out, and we appreciate that. Like last year at the radio auction, the FFA come down and helped us set up beforehand, maybe even take down afterwards. So, and during the Black Patch activities that we do, the FFA is a big part of helping us with that. So we appreciate groups coming back and helping us too. But the 4-H, for 4-H camp, there's all kinds of activities. They have shooting sports, they have livestock judging that we do that regularly during the summer. The Capitol Cinemas has a free movie every Saturday. We're one of the sponsors of that. And just this last week, we've got a couple of requests now for activities coming up, kind of looking toward the end of the school year. And, we try to help any group that we can that needs it. Now, sometime we might get a request for $1,000 or $2,000. We might not be able to do all of it, but we try to help with every group throughout the community to help them be able to accomplish things and experience things. I know back years ago, Roy Jean and myself took a lot of groups out from the school, and it was amazing and just rewarding to see different groups that might have students in it that had never been places before, that had never, we talked about one time there was an escalator, a student that had never stepped on an escalator before.
Wow.
And just different things, staying in different hotels that they, that they never had that experience. It's rewarding for these groups to be able to do it. Plus they learn a lot through doing and hands-on activities, and we're happy and proud to be a part of that, to be able to. And as it's been said several times, this year if we raise $5,000 or $50,000, the more we raise, the more goes back into activities throughout the year, and we want to do that. And we want to encourage people to make applications to us. We've had times in the past where we've heard about a group that's needing some help with something, and we would we'd say, well, ask the Optimist Club. They said, we didn't know we could do that, but we're glad for them to do that. Also, during the radio auction this year, we try to have groups to come in on Monday night. Unity Baptist Church is going to be providing a meal to sell for a fundraiser for their youth program. And on Tuesday night, we've got First Baptist Youth Group was going to come Thursday, but we're going to switch them to Tuesday night. And they come in and whatever they want to sell as far as a meal type, people can come in and pre-order or stop by and pick that up is a fundraiser for them, and all that money goes directly to it. It kind of goes back to our motto of helping youth activities in the community. And then later in the week, I think Big John may be going to come in and help us out. We have a meeting today with the Kiwanis. We've talked about how that they have been a good addition helping us. We're meeting at noon with them and trying to get everything together. There's these last few days, there's a lot that goes into it as far as scheduling what's going to be auctioned each night. Like yesterday, like Dave had said, he got a call. I got a couple of calls yesterday from people saying, hey, I'd like to make a donation. Can you come by and pick that up? So we're going to be doing that for the next few days. Excited about getting ready for Monday night, and just encourage everybody to come on down to the Butler Gym and listen on the radio.
And certainly we appreciate those that have donated, whether it be cash donations or items to be auctioned. We can't do it without them, and we can't thank them enough for what they've done. And also those that may have been contacted and maybe let it slip their mind and would like to be a part of this activity, then we would certainly ask them to give us a call. We have some phone numbers here we can pass out or pass on to you at the close of the program. But those that maybe haven't been contacted, we realize we can't touch everyone. We'd love to, but it just time and logistics just doesn't permit it. But whether you live in the area or within our listening audience here, if you would certainly like to donate something that can be auctioned, then we would certainly like to hear from you and be glad to come by and pick it up.
Okay, let's get those phone numbers. Brookie, do you have that information?
Yes, I
there?
do.
And then we'll, if somebody needs to get a hold of you.
They can call Ty Englebright at 270-963-8860, Joe Gray at 270 963-2023. Julie Key at City Hall, but the number is her cell number is 270-625-4565, or George at 270-625-3427. And
You can call me, Dave Gardner, 270-853-7440. Or you might repeat those numbers in case somebody was trying to grab that pencil.
Tell you a very easy way is through our Facebook page.
Yes.
President Optimist Club Radio Auction, because what I've started even is trying to list the items we're going to be selling, and you can make comments on there and just put on there, come by and see us at the radio station. We want to make a donation.
Or give us a call. Our number for the auction is 270-365-5866.
You
All
might want
right.
to make a note of that for sure,
Yeah.
because that will be the number to call during the auction. And it will be for telephone calls only. Of course, we encourage you to come in live and look at things over on the floor, but we will not be able to accept text messages or any of that. But that phone number, if you want to repeat that again one more time, Brooksy, real quick, to call next week during the radio auction.
270-365-5866.
Yes.
And
All
thank
right.
you for having us.
Thank you guys so much. Our 48th annual Optimist Club radio auction starting Monday. Get your items in for bidding. Be ready to bid. We've got those numbers handy. And thank you all so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to talk to Postmaster Dorothy Chelf here in just a moment, so stay tuned.
Here's your WPKY